fact that every time a game is or a gen is remade, they kind of add features or they include features from like how do I put this?
Like
Like
the most current, right?
the re-release. Okay, so so when Gen 1 was remade, they added like a bunch of new islands and a bunch of Pokemon that weren't actually in Gen 1 originally.
Okay, okay.
They added like a ton of content. When Gen 2 was remade, Gold and Silver, you probably everyone, not everyone, sorry, but people know that there was actually a gold, a silver, and a crystal, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And Crystal had like new content and it had like some changes. So that was like the best version of Gen 2, Crystal.
Right,
So
right.
when they remade Gold and Silver, they basically based it off Crystal, and then they split, Crystal into the two games with the Pokemon list, right?
Right, right.
And Ruby Sapphire was the same kind of deal. They kind of included some stuff from Emerald, so Ruby Sapphire Emerald, and then the remakes were using basically Emerald as kind of their basis. Diamond and Pearl, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, however, seem to have very little, if not like no content from Platinum,
Oh, so
which was
it's
yeah,
like you said, it's like almost kind of a one-to-one remake in a way, just
in a weird
upgraded in
way,
some
yeah,
ways, but then like
yeah,
maybe the battle system or when you get into the battle, it's like, okay, here's a little bit more the current look for the
kind of.
we're kind of,
Yeah,
but
no, I mean they
everything
look
else is
good. The
like,
battle
hey,
screens look good. That's not to say that Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl have no new content. It has
mm-hmm.
like the Grand Underground, which is like which is an improved feature from the Underground from the original games.
Okay,
It's not nothing, but it's not, I would say, what fans were
significant.
expecting.
I mean, how much is it? How much does it sell for right now? It's full price, right? Like
Yeah, it's
50.
like a full price Switch game, so
Okay,
like
okay,
60
60.
USD or something like that. Yeah.
Okay, okay. But I mean, like you're still having fun with it, right? I mean, you do, wait, you have it?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was gonna like, wait, you have it, right?
I bought it. I bought it on the weekend actually. Yep.
But you've been playing a lot of it, or just kind of off and on, kind of casually. I mean, I've been seeing
I
a
would
lot of
say that I played
Nuzlocke
it.
challenges going on.
I don't know how many hours I put into it. I probably put into like 8-ish hours so far because I bought it on Saturday. I didn't get home until like Saturday night, so I really only played it on Sunday. So yeah.
Okay, I mean that's still that's still a nice little amount of time, 8 hours. I mean, because I mean it seems like from what I'm seeing on stream, people are having fun with it, and it's still kind of a relaxed kind of chill kind of deal. I mean, it's Pokemon. I mean, I know there are hardcore Pokemon fans out there who would be like, "What do you mean it's Pokemon? What do you mean by that?" But I mean, it's Pokemon, right?
Yeah, no, it's for better or for worse. It's Pokemon. So if you were expecting like Sword and Shield, like quality of life improvements, graphics, open worldness, kind of. That's not to say Sword and Shield is open world. It has like a open world kind of section, but most of the game is still traditional Pokemon roots.
Hmm.
But no, if you're expecting any kind of like, oh, this is Gen 8, it's Gen 4. It's Gen 4
It's just
with a facelift and some tweaks. You can now run. Like
hey,
you
that's
don't.
nice.
Yeah, you can run.
That's always
um,
crucial in real life. You need to be able to if you can.
yeah, and here's a change. Here's a change that they actually added that some people on Reddit are upset about is that Pokemon now all your Pokemon earn experience in a battle, even if they weren't
Oh,
fighting.
even if they didn't fight.
Yeah. So when you beat a Pokemon, like a wild Pokemon, the Pokemon that fought in battle will get 100% of the experience, and everyone else gets 50% of the experience.
I mean, that's not. I mean, like it's like that in some other RPGs. I mean,
It's
I'm
like that in most RPGs,
in
I
most
would
RPGs,
argue.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
So
modern RPGs, yeah. So that's what it's like in Diamond and Pearl, the remakes now. And some people, and not all people, I want to say this, but some people are complaining about that because the game, like it makes it so you can accidentally overlevel. Like it's really easy to overlevel.
okay, okay.
Yeah, because you'll just be like going through a route, and then all of a sudden all your Pokemon are the same level, which is some people are like, oh, that's very
Yeah,
handy.
I
Thank
mean,
you.
like it's yeah, it's handy. It's nice and convenient. In terms of like if you're grinding, but at the same time, it's like you said. I mean, here's the thing. When it comes to new features like that, I always feel like it's better if they can just have a switch that says, "Hey, choose. Do you want
Mhm.
this or do you not want this?" Because
It's
I
funny
mean,
that you
that's
bring that up because that Switch existed up until Gen 8. So they actually introduced this experience share feature. I want to say in Gen 6. That's Pokemon XY.
Okay. Okay.
and you could turn it off actually in the prior gens,
So they removed the
and now you
feature.
can't turn it off now.
That's
Yeah,
a
so
weird feature to remove, especially since I mean we always talk about when things are added to a game, how like either that's good or bad. But it's weird when like a feature that people are generally kind of happy about, and maybe they found out people weren't using it, and that's why they removed it. But at the same
because they're
time,
like, oh, most people leave it on.
yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
no,
only thing I can see.
that's
Like,
fair. That's fair. Actually, that's a good point. Because it's tough when you go to like a web forum or you go to like Reddit or something, because ultimately at the end of the day, it's a minority. It's a vocal minority. Like it's
yeah,
not like
yeah,
all the Pokemon fans in the world are congregating, on Reddit, right? Not at all.
exactly. You're gonna hear those the dark side before you hear the light.
So yeah, that's a fair point. Maybe Game Freak, Pokemon Company are doing their own market research somehow, some way, and they found that people leave it on. Most people leave it on, so they're like, we're gonna. It doesn't matter if we take it out, I guess. So
I'd be interested to see if they still do playtest for those games. I mean, I'm sure they do, but just like general audience feedback playtesting
yeah,
for the remakes of them
I don't know.
sometimes.
I do remember when Sword and Shield came out. Again, a lot of people were pretty upset with Sword and Shield. They thought it was pretty bad. A lot of negativity around Sword and Shield on the internet, and
Hmm.
despite that, it sold extremely well.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it sold
it's
very
sold
well.
really well. I mean,
Yeah.
say what you want about like Nintendo games, they sell like hotcakes. I mean, they still sell like no matter what. I
Yeah.
mean, that's just kind of the nature of their audience. They